This is Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior, and you're fanging and banging with Monte and the Pharaoh.
Actually, the best thing, if you're injured, is to grow up and be a man. Come on.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, only seen here on Village Connection Radio, live from Rockstar Studios. And if I didn't make the name or say the name of the show, it is Monte and Pharaoh, like you didn't know. At the desk is none other than station owner and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Jim Savali. Jimmy, how are you, sir?
What up, Jimbo?
And to the right is the star of the show. His name is second on the show name, Mr. Jimmy Pharaoh.
Oh, well, it is second on the show name.
But that doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem fair now that I get to think about it.
I can live with that, Abbott.
So
touche, pussycat.
I am.
I'll get clever. Get a clever response.
I'm butt of this habit. I am butt of this habit.
Walked right into it.
That's terrible.
Hello out there in TV, radio, internet land.
So we missed you all last. We missed you all last week, and but you will see plenty of us this weekend as we have. I don't know where we were.
I forgot.
But we have David Sammartino in studio, son and former pro wrestler of the legend Bruno Sammartino. Yeah. And then right after that is founding member of the NWO, Mr. Scott Hall will also be joining us on Saturday. So it's going to be an exciting day here at Village Connection Radio.
Yeah.
So we missed last week. So I think it's important maybe we just discuss Ashley Massaro a little bit.
Okay.
Thoughts on that?
Well, you know, she was from our town, basically, as I'm sure you're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
I feared the worst when I heard that she had passed, and apparently it was suicide. What can you say about it? It's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, I think one of our Sunday shows, Pamela Roth from the Justice Hour.
Yep.
I think that week covered mental illness. So
Right.
do we always align suicide with mental illness?
Well, don't they kind of go hand in hand somewhat?
I mean, what is mental illness in general?
Oh my God, the parameters for that are kind of boundless. I mean, I don't know. What are the parameters for mental illness?
Well,
There's all sorts of things. People have all sorts of deficiencies.
So are we calling depression mental illness? Is that all of a sudden you fall into mental illness?
I think you're. Look, anyone who's truly depressed. You're forcing me to think now. Thanks, and no coffee either.
Sorry, pal. I was running late.
Anyone.
Jim, chime in if you feel like
anyone who's in a true depression is compromised. You know, they can't function like quote whatever a regular person is, quote unquote everyday normal living.
Do you think that everybody at some point falls into depression? Yeah,
I would think so.
I'm not trying to minimize this situation, by the way.
Have you ever met anybody who wasn't depressed at some point? Or
no, I haven't, and that's what I'm saying. So what?
Jim, were you ever in a depression? I hate to throw you in here, but
I think everyone's been in a depression.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure some people haven't, but
yeah.
Well, I would hate.
Really though? Really? Are there people out there who've never been depressed? They should write books and give us tips.
No, I think at some point or another, everybody's been depressed. What level it's at?
Right. How about Robin Williams? Guy brought smiles to everybody. I never saw that coming.
Someone just brought up Robin. Someone brought up Robin Williams to me actually today, and we tend to forget that Robin Williams, had heart surgery, and then right after that, he found out that he had dementia, maybe advanced dementia.
That I don't know about, but okay.
Jim, you know about that?
No.
All right, so maybe the guy thought, hey, I've had enough.
Yeah.
When you look. I don't know. I imagine when people get not a life-threatening, but a death sentence as far as like a certain cancer or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It probably makes it a little easier to call it a day.
To that.
No,
right now and this.
No, but you both are big fans of Jim Morrison, and I was actually talking to a friend of mine today, and one of the discussions we had were
he didn't die of suicide.
No, well, kinda.
Never been proven. Jim knows this too, that there was never an autopsy on Jim's body. So
a young 20-something-year-old guy
they
dies.
assume it was cardiac arrest.
Yeah, well, from something, right?
Could have been life. He lived pretty fast. His 27 years probably equated to about 81 when you think about it.
Well, so here's my point.
I'm serious. The
God
guy lived a lot faster than we did.
God comes down.
We thought we lived faster when we were young, but not at his speed.
Yeah, but
not at his speed.
He was a musician. Come on.
Yeah, but he didn't look. At 25 years old.
Wrestlers live more than he does at 27 years old.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on,
what,
please.
physically?
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Oh, like touring.
Please.
Touring isn't a
I'm not a
grind.
wrestling fan either.
No, but I think the point.
Touring and the drugs of the 1960s
he's
wasn't a
27 years
grind.
old.
Yeah, so he
bro.
died of
He
some
got
kind of
drugs.
drug overdose,
Got
dude. Right?
drugs.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
Proven. Not proven. Just saying. Not proven.
Well, come on. You could guess.
You can. We can all sit here and guess what Jim Morrison died of.
Do you think a guy at that age, also in the body, just said, "You know what, man? You've been partying too much. I gotta go."
Yeah, well.
I could see it at 40. I could see it at 50. I could see it at.
But it happened a lot back then. I mean,
lived
Jimi
hard-
Hendrix,
I lived
in
hard in my
the
20s,
bathtub, you know.
Yeah, you lived hard in your 20s too, didn't you,
I lived
bro?
pretty
Did you
hard.
ever have a night where you came home and you knew you had pushed it and you better not do it again?
Yeah.
All right. Happens.
What do you mean? You pushed it and you never. You
I remember
realized.
one night, here we go, this is going to be hilarious. One night I took, and I never did it again, it's the only time I ever did. Somebody gave me, Jimbo, help me out here, downers?
I don't know about that.
Downers? You know, like something
Downers?
with...
Before Jim gets rolled into it.
Well, I figured Jim's King prescription. I figured he might know something about it, you know.
right,
But
all right.
anyway, that crap almost killed my ass.
Oh,
you know?
Big Brother writing in called the Middle Earth Crisis Center. Go ahead, pick it up.
What?
Thank you, Mr. Savali. Thank you for choosing Monte and the Pharaoh. Speak clearly, and what do you got to say?
Hello. Hello.
That was different. Hello.
Hello. How are you? Who are we speaking to?
Not sure, are you?
I need a good wrestling name.
Oh, okay, I got you. Let's call you.
Mount Kilimanjaro.
Let's call you Man Mountain.
Man Mountain. Hey, what's up, Man Mountain?
Hey, Man Mountain, what's up? Thank you for calling Monte the Pharaoh. What's on your mind?
Man Mountain.
I just want to say that wrestling news makes me want to kill myself.
Oh, so wrestling makes you suicidal.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Excellent.
Explain why.
And-
Explain why.
Hey.
They've
Maybe
got,
Jim
no, wait,
can,
let
but I think
me
it makes
speak
Jim
my
suicidal,
point.
too.
Listen, Man Mountain, let me speak my point, and maybe then you could respond. All right? Can we go with this?
Yeah.
They
go.
run around in underwear. Most of them have very sizable penises, so why would you not like
In fact,
them?
you should do a whole show on who should stuff their shorts and who shouldn't, because some of it is just embarrassing.
Well, listen, sometimes you're not a shower, you're a grower, as we all know, right?
Yeah, but if you're going to wear spandex, dude, you want to be a shower.
So these glistening bodies of these wrestlers doesn't turn you on?
No, because half of them are fat.
You know, what's wrong with fat people, man? You're fat shaming. Now you're fat shaming. I'm a fat guy.
Oh, believe me, I am not fat shaming. I'm guilty, too.
So, Pharaoh, you can interject in this at any point you like.
I could, but notice I'm not. Keep going.
Why wouldn't you,
I'm not
but how about
interested in
these...
talking about wrestlers' crotches. Keep
How
going.
about
And
these
it's
extreme... How about these
latent
extreme...
homosexuality that wrestling fans just want to look at these half-naked guys.
Well, listen, the male body and its muscularity has been famous for many, bodybuilding doesn't make you fantasize about it. It's a respect. There's a lot of training involved with some of these guys that are in the shape they're in.
And by the way, I have another comment. I couldn't find the phone number because could you squeeze a little more crap at the bottom of the screen? Your lower third is like the equivalent of like all the buttons that the people wear at like Chi-Chi's. You know what I mean?
I could see
Wait,
it, though.
you can't see that phone number. Now you're going to put down my phone number on the bottom of the screen.
It's like, I get it. You're on social media.
I think you might need some new glasses.
Maybe if you wipe the jizz off at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see the number.
Oh.
Sorry.
Just saying.
Wow.
Just saying, bro.
Man Mountain, we appreciate you calling, sir.
Man Mountain? What kind of
I
fucking name
just
is Man
figured I'd
Mountain?
share
He
the
is a
love.
man
Love you
mountain.
both. Love
Is
Jim.
he a Man Mountain?
He is a man
Do we
mountain.
know this Man Mountain?
I'm not sure, but
okay.
maybe we
I'm
do.
just curious.
He's manly, and he's a mountain.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
You know who this is.
I
You
have
call.
No clue.
I'm returning the favor of you calling my show.
Oh, it's John Richardson. I did not realize until
Why did you say my name on the air?
I did not realize to this
It's not
second.
John. Stop trying to beat John Richardson. Cut the shit.
Who else would be talking about latent
I knew as
homosexuality?
soon as you started talking about man's penis sizes, it was John Richardson.
Sakes.
John, on a serious note, before you get off,
My God.
why do you hate wrestling so much? What is the main reason you hate it?
John, for the record, I hate it too.
What?
I know. Jim and
Only
I.
support Batman.
I don't know, dude. It's like
Kid,
when I do wrestling shows at my place, like, we have to drink to get through it. That's how, like, I mean, I will say this, okay? I've been to Sportatorium. That's as far as my wrestling has gone, like, in person, and it was actually entertaining to be there.
Were you wrestling?
But I was at wrestling shows at
Oh, I thought you were
Sportatorium.
actually wrestling as the Mountain Man or whatever your name is.
Yeah, John, I'm getting this vision of you like being in a diper with like pins and wrestling in the ring would be pretty sick.
Picture him versus Bastion.
I'm wearing a diaper right now. How did you know?
It's Thursday.
I hope you're.
John,
I hope your
I will
finisher
say
is the
this:
splash.
there's billion. I won't say billion. There's millions of wrestling fans out there because it can't be that bad.
Well, let me tell you, it was also hot as hell in there. It was about 150 degrees, and it started to go on for like 3.5 hours. And after that long, like, it starts to get old, you know?
So, what do you enjoy, John? Before we let you go,
Oy.
Walks in the park.
A nice game of Yahtzee. I don't know.
Yahtzee. That's
I work
Yahtzee.
all, like Jim, I work all
Have
the
you ever
time,
played
so
Yahtzee?
No.
I'm not into my business.
John, you're invited to Village Connection to play Yahtzee at any point you'd like to.
I don't even know how to play fucking Yahtzee. Fuck
What's the
that.
play operation?
John, thanks for calling, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Have a good night,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
All right, so let's get at it.
Let's get out. Yeah.
Listen, so you got the 5 minutes with the Pharaoh. You get to say so. I'd like to start off and then say my points. I think we're somewhat aligned. We may not. Then say
what?
your points. I want to open up with AEW.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So that's the hot topic
the
of
root
the
beer?
year. Not the root beer. Okay. So everybody wants to talk about AEW. So let's start with a few things.
Okay.
I watched it.
Make it count.
I didn't pay for it.
Okay.
I watched it free on Facebook.
You terrible citizen, you.
So
calling
I'll give a
Batman.
quick evaluation.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Okay? It was good. Wasn't great.
Okay.
It wasn't 5-star matches. My hair wasn't on the back of my neck crawling. You know, Dustin Rhodes against Stardust, Cody, whatever you want to call him nowadays, was a good match. That's it. Really simple. You've got people out there writing the greatest pay-per-view ever made.
Really?
Okay,
Wow.
let's get realistic, folks. Okay, and
Okay.
again, for all you people that want to talk about AEW taking over the WWE, first let's start here. AEW had 11,000 fans at this so-called great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Let's get realistic. 11,000 fans at a WWE house show is considered a failure. Okay? Got some numbers for you, folks. As bad as you think the house shows are, the house shows throughout the last year averaged over 17,000 fans per
I'm not surprised.
card. Okay?
For Vince.
Not 11, 17,000.
Surprised.
So they give us a good surprise, right? So everybody put down Money in the Bank because Brock wins the title, and so sick of this. But now we bring in John Moxley,
Who?
Dean Ambrose.
That's who I thought you said.
Yeah, well, there you go.
All right.
So Mr. Dean Ambrose comes in and he does this little rigmarole, and everybody's all
fancy
crazy
word, like-
about John Moxley.
Right.
John Moxley was not even a main eventer in the WWE, number one. Number two, John Moxley was on Chris Jericho's podcast, and correct me if I'm wrong on any statements, Pharaoh.
All right.
Pretty much saying that he got sick every day that he had to work for the WWE.
Over the last 10 months.
Well, hey, John Moxley, welcome to the real world. Most of us hate going to work every day. That's the norm. But here's the difference, Mr. Moxley. You were paid millions of dollars.
That's true.
Millions, okay?
That's true, too.
Millions.
Wow.
And they pushed you to high heaven.
Yeah, they did.
Okay?
They did.
So I'm sorry that you felt that you were being stifled, but you weren't getting stifled enough not to collect that paycheck. In fact, that paycheck paid for your house, paid for your parents' house. And you know what? If it wasn't for the WWE, you would still be wrestling in Ring of Honor or maybe at Deer Park. Okay? So I take offense into that, too. It's like, just carry on. Now you've made enough money, which is well-deserved, right? Because, look, you are worth what people pay you.
Sure.
You don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with it. The fact of the matter is the company that I work for felt he was worth that type of money. So now you've set up such a beautiful life for yourself that you can float around and wrestle wherever you want. That's great. Okay, terrific. But these AEW, look, AEW doing well for professional wrestling is good for professional wrestling.
Yep.
Okay? But they're not even number two yet. Okay? I heard Cody Rhodes saying, he's burnt the bridge. He'll never get to go back now. Let's understand something. The roster is thin. Most of the wrestlers aren't signed to a full-time contract. So they get to float around where they are because they are independent contractors the way it's supposed to be.
For now.
So say that everybody's still so hyped about AEW and they go on to TNT and all of a sudden you get this big explosion. Well, first of all, they have to build a roster. Unfortunately, the roster that they have working for them right now are in their mid-30s. The average lifespan of a wrestler doesn't really even reach 40 nowadays, right? Don't forget about Chris Jericho.
Unless you're a legend.
You know what?
General.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H, these are legends. Chris Jericho's a legend.
There are a few exceptions.
So for you to say that AEW even has a chance within the next 5 years, it's not even possible. Mathematically, it's not possible. I got 2 more points, and then you can answer.
Okay. There's a lot to answer. But
I'm going to tell, Vince is in trouble. John Moxley was on Chris Jericho saying he'd have to try to convince Vince, try to tell him about his writing. And he really wouldn't listen. Well, I don't know, man. If you're getting paid by Saudi Arabia $1 billion to put on an event, you going to listen to some dude that's a wrestler? When you've built this company, he doesn't have to value your ideas. When I talk to my boss, I can give him my ideas, and when he tells me to shove it up my ass, I go back to work. I don't complain about it.
Which he does some of the time, and other times he's receptive, like any other normal human being.
Look,
right?
I don't know what he's receptive to, dude. I'm only getting what John Moxley said.
Saying, even when a boss is, difficult.
Well, we're assuming maybe he's receptive. You've heard stories when Monday Night Wars were going on that, he was receptive.
It depends.
Okay, the other thing is, all you youngsters out there won't be another Monday Night War, guys. You missed the boat. Okay? I know you're all begging for a Monday Night War. It's not going to happen. The WWE's not going to react to AEW. Okay? There's no reason to react to them. Maybe when they go on television, you react a little bit, but there's no reason to react to them.
I don't even know why they've done that, which they have. That's a whole nother story.
So, my point is, good for everybody who loved AEW for your $49.95. Okay? If you paid it. But let's get realistic here. The WWE is the Yankees.
Yes.
AEW is the Long Island Ducks. Okay, let's not talk about the Mets or any major league team. They're the Long Island Ducks. Okay? So, again, this is just common business sense. And here's the other thing. AEW's got a problem also. Unless you build a network that you can have people sign up for $9.99, you're never going to win this battle.
Right.
Because your pay-per-views will always be overpriced. And look, they announced this next pay-per-view, and guess what the match is? Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes against the Young Bucks. Oh, big deal. Well, limited roster. John Moxley against who's he going against?
Wait.
Jericho's opponent.
I can't recall.
Someone help us out there. Look, I am not anti AEW, okay? But the fact of the matter is, stop wishing. I told you yesterday, right? If it gets bad enough for the WWE and enough fans start turning away, okay, then you might have something on your hands. And that by that point, they'll just buy it. And that's what they'll do.
Right.
Here's my last point, and then it's all yours.
It is.
As long as people pay for something, why would you change a thing? You got Knicks fans out there complaining about the Knicks. Well, as long as you keep selling out the Garden, why would you change a thing? Doesn't matter. I don't have to react to you because you keep buying my product. The only thing you can do is stop buying the product. If you really hate the WWE like you all claim to hate it, unsubscribe and save your money for AEW events. Support that, right? Step up, unsubscribe. That's how you hurt them. But the fact of the matter is you won't, because in reality, the WWE is the only game in town. And we could all claim that Khan's got all this money. Guess what, dude? This guy's not pouring all his money into professional wrestling, okay? Too late, too little, too late. That's my point. Pharaoh?
Oi. Well, on my end of the coin, I look at it this way. Now, I don't know if you were aware, but the night that this aired, for some stupid reason, Cablevision didn't have it available for me.
By the way, Evan Ginsberg has a show every Sunday from 11 to 1. Just wrote he
show on the air.
He did unsubscribe.
No, duh. Doesn't watch Raw anymore either.
Oh, yeah. So Moxley versus Omega, Jericho versus Hangman. Thanks, Tim.
I thought it was Omega, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
You're on. I'll shut my mouth.
Well, again, it wasn't available in my area, which completely pissed me off because I actually was going to watch it. Later on, I wound up getting some access to it through highlights, and I did see several of the matches. Omega Jericho was not as good as the previous one in New Japan, but it was still very good. The Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers was an excellent match. It was excellent match, but again, at the end of the day, it was for the AAA title, which most of us don't even watch AAA. It's Mexico. I know you don't. I do from time to time, but I'm a wrestling nerd. I do check it and see
Actually,
what's going on.
I did catch a documentary on AAA on Stars, which was very good.
It can be pretty entertaining
good.
sometimes, AAA, when I catch it from time to time. Excellent match, but again, what were the stakes? A AAA title. All right, whatever. Now, here's where I got to give props because I killed this match coming in. I do got to give props to Cody and Dustin because I'll say this. If somebody had told me, now, you may attack me for this, but I'm hoping you'll at least let me get my piece in when it comes to this. This wasn't Stardust and Goldust. It actually really was the two brothers going at it. And let me finish my point. I wish the build-up had been more. I do think that that's one thing that left this from being perfect. Was a great build-up that took some time, but they don't have a weekly show, Mike. We talked about that. They don't have the chance to build that shit up. So here it was. This is what we had. But the payoff was a great match, and if someone had told me that Dustin, at this point in his life, would have the best match of his life, I would have said, you're nuts. But he did.
Why do we call that the best match of his life?
What's the best match of his life?
Listen, I can name a few better. I'll name one.
Stop with the Goldust matches compared to what I just saw the other night.
That Piper Goldust was a classic.
It's not better than this.
What made this so good? No storyline,
no,
blood.
This was just
why? Because he bled.
Match. It had drama.
What was the drama? Can you explain?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's the feel of the match itself. I've watched a million matches. I've seen a million stories told inside the ring, and I thought that they did great together. Their chemistry was amazing. Their father would be very proud of them, and I'm going to leave it at that. I thought that they were incredible. That was a great match.
Look, 90% of these fanboys...
And I thought that thouldn't be.
90% of these fanboys had their ratings for their matches, and they were sitting waiting for the pay-per-view to end so they get the send button.
This match.
Listen, I respect...
Nothing.
I do respect your opinion.
Nothing.
All my point to you was... Look, I have a problem throwing around the word great. Okay?
Let me go with that.
You did say great. And
look, you had your piece, so let me get mine. Let's go with great. This is why I don't think that the pay-per-view overall was great.
Okay.
I'm using a New Japan analogy, too. And I did speak to Evan Ginsberg about this, too. And he agreed that New Japan does this, too. It's top-heavy. The card is top-heavy. You got 3 matches that are truly awesome, and then the rest of them good to decent. You know, so I don't think the whole
Wait a minute. First of all,
was great.
there's nothing wrong with the top heavy card. That's the way old
Right.
school did it.
That's
I'm
fine,
okay
too,
with it.
but
That's
can we
okay.
can we have some storylines underneath? Can we have? To me, it was just a bunch of.
Well,
matches.
how could you have storylines without regular television?
That's what I'm saying. You know, now the regular television will be coming in, and just so you know, guys like Moxley is allowed to do what he wants until the TV starts. Then he's strictly AEW. This is the kind of contract they're doing with all the
According
guys that
to
bring
who?
in AEW.
Where do we hear this?
I read this today. Tony
Dirt
Khan,
sheet?
from Tony Khan.
I don't know.
He said Moxley is free as an independent guy to do what he wants until the TV show starts.
Okay.
And that's how he's reeling them in. Once the show starts, they're under contract completely for the show, and that makes sense. You don't want your guys running all over.
What do you think?
the
How many people are on that roster right now?
I don't know. I think that
Say 20, maybe 20.
Loosely, they might have as many as 30. You see half these people they're signing. I don't know what's going on with that.
Look,
we it's hard for us to judge what we haven't seen put into place yet. We have to see what they put in place every week and start giving us. Then we can really talk about what they can and can't do. You know, right now, do they have a guy with a lot of money? Yes. Do they have a TV deal in place? Yes.
Listen,
Let's see where it goes.
I told
but
you.
I'm not going to declare them, kings of the earth.
I told you this yesterday.
I agree with you on that.
And let's get realistic, people. Here's the deal. And Jim, you're a business owner. This is your business. When you start a business, there's two things that you're going to try to do: is to sell your business for more money that your initial investment, and it's hopefully a lot more money, right? Or it's to accumulate more businesses. So AEW is not buying the WWE. So Cody Rhodes' end game is this. WWE buys me in a couple of years because I put up so much of a battle, then guess what? I'm successful. Now I'd be able to take care of my family, my kids' family, their kids' family. Okay, so
he's wealthy now.
Let's get off this dream of grandeur that, the reason they're calling out the WWE like that is because why not call out the big guy? Why not?
And then the big guy does no favors to himself by responding.
Well, what do you think they responded? Sami Zayn?
That was really stupid.
Why? Tell me why.
Because I think it's a waste of their time.
I really don't think they responded.
I don't think they should be putting any light on them at all. Well, name dropping their fucking company on Monday Night Raw in front of 2.5 million viewers or whatever it was is fucking stupid. I think it's fucking stupid. Personally, what the fuck you mentioning their fucking name for? I don't know. And I don't think Cody was too bright to put a fucking mallet to Triple H's throne either, quite honestly.
Why?
Do you think Russo's right? Are we all being worked? Are they in it together?
No, they're not in together. Here's the thing. One will eat
there's a crazy theory.
One will eat the other.
Well, then Vince is going to wind up beating him.
If he wants to.
If he bothers.
Do you really?
He's let the NWA
like I said, these are mid 30 wrestlers. Their lifespan in this sport is 5 years. They unless they can get homegrown talent.
Well,
okay?
they are plucking young guys. I just don't know if they're going to be able to make them stars. I don't know.
You know what? So
they are plucking young talent from around the world.
We said this before. The one problem that WWE has is they haven't built stars. They've put the company before the stars.
Right.
So if you look at the roster during the Monday Night Wars, you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, you had The Undertaker, right? The list is long, right? And they're all Hall of Famers and they were stars on their own. Right. Look at today's roster. There's no stars on it, right?
No. Nope.
But I mean, what are you hoping to get out of this, Pharaoh? As a wrestling fan, what are you hoping to get out of it?
I gotta be honest, I think that they can at least hit TNA levels, for God's sakes. Why the hell not?
Yeah, I would say TNA better
Why
watch
not?
out. Yeah, TNA
is already done compared to AEW. AEW's past them already.
Is that a fair statement, though? Why?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
They don't even have a cable channel anymore. Impact. They fell apart. They fell off the map. They really did. I mean, they're there, but they're barely there.
How about Ring of Honor?
Breathing. Ring of Honor has a pulse. They're cool, but they
don't have a TV contract.
They exist off an internet, like we do. Every week you can go to their show. Ring of Honor still does okay.
You can go to TNA shows,
honestly,
right?
And I'd like to hear from Larry on this one. I think AEW is past Ring of Honor at this point. With their popularity and their attention right now, they've become bigger. My friend, 11,000. I don't know if Ring of Honor can do that without New Japan's assistance, is what I'm trying to say.
I really
think AEW was shot past already. And with the TV deal coming, they are past.
Let me present this to you, Pharaoh. You ready?
Yeah.
You're with a woman, right? You're younger, right? We're not talking about now. You're with a woman for 10 years.
What?
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're at a
I'm good. I'm
bar,
with them for 10 years.
right?
What idiot am I?
Then you're
Go on.
at a bar, and here comes this bright, shiny woman. She looks so good, right? She looks so good. You want to see her, right? She gets you excited, right?
What?
Right?
Yeah, she gets me
Are
excited.
you going to pay attention here? Or
She
what?
got me excited. She
Right?
walked out, I was doing the music
So
for her.
you go, you have sex,
Aye.
you have sex
Come
again,
on, this is
life
really-
is good,
this is a private
and then guess
dream.
what? 5 years later,
Yeah.
it's the same old thing. And guess
Same
what?
thing.
The same
Same
thing. That's
thing.
right. So my
This is-
point to you is this: AEW is the new shiny coin.
Of course it is.
Right? Again, all these fanboys, oh, the WWE sucks,
I'm on their side. I
man.
can't take that crap.
No, but my point.
Ah, you're doomed,
My
Vince,
point
you're
is,
doomed. I hate that.
AEW could have put a piece of shit and rolled it out on a
I
mat,
would've loved
and
it.
people would
Did
be
you
like,
see
"Oh,
that
my."
turn? That was the greatest turn ever. Watch out, Vince.
So help me with this one. Here's a
Yeah.
problem I had with AEW.
Help me,
Okay,
Monte.
what was your
Help
feeling
me,
about
Monte.
what were you feeling about the person who was handicapped in the Battle Royal? How'd that make you feel?
This is going to sound terrible.
Go ahead.
I got 4 words.
Go ahead.
Give me a break.
I didn't hear him bitching about that.
I was like, come on, man. Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I agree.
And
I agree with
does
you.
this make me a bad human being?
No,
or,
it doesn't.
Or a wrestling fan that goes, okay, I have a certain level of suspended disbelief.
Thank you.
But you just completely obliterated it.
Thank you.
Give me a break.
But why is that okay?
I don't
why
know.
aren't people tearing it apart?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what to think of any of it. I
got to tell you something. I have enough stress in my life. I was getting angry over these posts.
Is there such thing as regressive progression, Jimbo? Because when I saw that, I thought of the regressive progression. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so here's Evan. Evan goes,
What?
Cody versus Dustin, 4.5. Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks, 4.5.
Okay.
Jericho Omega, 4.
Okay.
No, it wasn't the best pay-per-view of all time, but
Right.
it blew away everything the WWE's except NXT TakeOver.
That might be fair. It might be. I have to go back and check the I think it's probably better than what did
Let's go back to Money in the Bank.
That was good.
It was a great pay-per-view.
I enjoyed
I'll
that.
tell you why that was a great pay-per-view.
Okay.
It gave you all the surprises you needed,
Yeah.
unsuspected surprises.
I liked
The
it.
matches were good.
I liked
Right?
it.
You're going to tell me that bump Finn Balor took wasn't one of the best bumps you've
there's
ever
always
seen in a
some-
lifetime?
There's always some ridiculous
But you know what?
bumps.
It's like, look, Evan,
I know.
everybody has a right to their own opinion, and that is fine with me.
well.
Right? But my whole point is we overblow things.
Well, we
okay?
overblow everything.
All right,
Well,
you
they
can't.
do that on
To me,
both sides
Evan,
of the coin.
you can't give something
There's the middle
4.5 stars
What, those
when
were-
there's no storyline.
But those were.
There's
those were-
no
those
storyline.
were- okay, but those were still great matches, though. Doesn't that count for anything?
Dude, I
Wait a
want-
minute, hold on. Rate for me.
Go ahead.
Tiger Mask and Kid back at the Garden, the famous one. Rate it for. Please be.
What is
fair.
it? 1 to 5?
Yeah, you know what? Do the old Newsday thing. 1 for poor, 2 for fair, 3 for good, 4 for excellent.
It was a 4.
Okay, then you understand what I'm trying to say without saying
But
it.
you know what? Why was it a 4? Because it was
so
we never
great.
saw anything like this before.
Yeah, but this. Okay, so what do you do when the bar has already been blown apart so many times?
So my point is, you have to have good
For what-
storylines.
For the standard we know today, these were great matches. They were. Okay, and I'm agreeing with you. I wish that they had a better storyline, especially for the brothers.
You know,
man.
listen.
I mean, a regular TV program building up
the
the
Andre,
brothers would have been. Oh my
the
God.
Andre the Giant, the
Yeah.
Andre the Giant documentaries on the network. Okay.
Yeah. Too much Hulk Hogan. Go on.
But my point is,
I had
to this
to.
day, when they
And I'm
show
not signing
when
your
they
autograph
when
either.
they show Andre and Hogan sitting across the table from each other,
Yeah.
my skin
Oh,
still
it's yeah, but how do you,
raises.
We're not going to have another Andre Hogan.
Well,
what?
then you can't give anything a 4.5 star match.
What? Yeah, you can. You just hey, what does that mean with Ruth and Garrick? That Reggie don't count now?
All right, so
Cheater doesn't
sir,
count.
I'm going to ask you something.
Ruth and Garrick,
I'm going to ask you
I
something.
mean-
You're a huge Jericho fan, right?
Yeah.
Jericho comes to Madison Square Garden. He's going to headline AEW. You going?
I would love to.
I know you would. Next question.
Yeah.
AEW's headline, John Moxley. You going? Thank you.
Never.
Thank you.
No.
Young Bucks headlining. You going?
No. No.
Okay.
No.
These are all
Kenny
fair
Omega,
answers
I'm going.
and honest
Kenny
answers.
Omega, I'm
so there
going.
you go. I agree with you. I'd go see
You
Jericho.
like Omega.
I would go see
I
Omega.
know you do.
After that, Cody
Yo,
Rhodes
by
is
the way,
headlining.
you get no credit for that. You like Omega.
Absolutely.
And I've never had to convince you either.
Nope.
You
Nope.
liked him from day one.
Nope.
So there you go. All right.
Cody
so
Rhodes.
I like Cody Rhodes.
Would you go see him in main event?
Do I think he's You know what bothers me? Maybe it's because I don't know why he hasn't. Damn it. he better be champion of that company. Once he starts establishing what kind of heavyweight champion he is, I'll judge him better as far as his main event thing. Do I think he's main event right at the given moment? No. But
Sean Walsh, Sean, we haven't
at the Garden, then yeah.
Sean, we haven't heard from you in a while. You're saying you can't wait how they're going to build the storylines. I agree with you, sir. This is a great opportunity for them. But I will tell you, with a limited roster,
they just gotta get their
look, dude. They're a secondary organization. Too little, too late. That's just the way it is.
I'd love to see at least a little competition. How about a little? Can we have a little?
We're not getting the Monday Night Wars, bro.
Oh, we're not going to get that.
You're not even going to get the Tuesday Night Wars.
Well, that's true. They're on.
You're not getting any of that.
Are they
you know
on
what you're going to get?
Tuesdays?
You know what you're going to get?
You're
going to get this. Hey, man, I do a radio broadcast or TV broadcast, and guess what? I got more to talk about, and it's pretty good. I kind of enjoy it. That's what you're going to get. Good for everybody. But I tell you what, I don't know. How do you compete with someone that puts 75,000 people in a arena?
WrestleMania is a whole nother monster.
It's like, come on, man. It's a little too late.
Right.
So enjoy it for what it is, guys. If you don't like the WWE, this is your alternative.
Let's bring up some other facts about the basic idea of a war in the first place. And here's a couple of things. Vince McMahon is a lifelong wrestling man from a wrestling family, which is why many say he won the Monday Night Wars in the first place, because it's in his blood. Tony Khan is not a wrestling guy.
Nope.
Okay, so there's that right off the bat. Number two, Vince McMahon is the voice and authority of his company. There's one man stirring that soup. So you could say whatever you want about it, but at least it's cohesive. It's one guy deciding what's happening here. The wrestlers over on AEW side of the coin have already pissed people like Neville off, where he's walked away already. So what are we talking here? And as Evan noted, guys like Cody put themselves over. Guys like the Young Bucks are putting themselves over. The guys who are running the company are winning.
But why wouldn't they?
But it's Hogan, Hall, and Nash. It's the same. Hey, man, guess what? We win again. All I'm saying
have no
is
other stars,
while you sit
Jimmy.
there saying Vince is going down, you better be just see exactly what's going on here.
Listen, I was never a big
competition, but come on.
I was never a big Cody Rhodes fan. I was never a big Dustin Runnels fan, and I watched him in the WCW. I watched him in the NWA. I watched him when he came over to the WWF with his father. And I'll tell you what, the only time I enjoyed him was with Goldust, and it wasn't because he was a great wrestler. It's because the character was hilarious. He made me laugh.
Very funny.
And you know what?
But I wasn't a fan.
And he was rugged. I
wasn't a fan of Goldust.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It's weird with Cody. Now, I don't know how you reacted, but I remember when Cody suddenly appeared as Stardust, I was pissed. I was really angry. Believe it or not, I was angry. I was like, why did you let Vince talk you into this? I was so pissed. And then when he left, I said, good, you should. I wonder if a lot of other fans feel this way, by the way. And then when I saw him in Japan, I saw him doing his other stuff, I was like, I loved him. I loved how he has been ever since he got away from Vince. That I will say. I think he has been fantastic. And Vince should have realized what he had right under his nose, and given him a chance to do what he's doing now.
It's funny how people become men when they have lots of money.
Huh? He had lots of money when he was in WWE.
There you go.
He had lots of money growing up as a Rhodes.
I don't know if he had lots of money then, but I do know he made lots of money in WWE.
Malnourished? He's the son of the Dusty
But
Rhodes.
my point is, all of us should be so lucky. All of us should be so lucky to get involved with a company that pays you, and in a lot of cases, ladies and gentlemen, overpaid.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Right. I was watching a video, and they were talking about Honky Tonk Man was talking about Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
And he was talking about they used to get about $5,000 for the show for Saturday night's main event, and NBC used to pay him $5,000. Also, so it's $10,000 payday for one night. Pretty damn good. Do that once a month. Right, and if you're on there, he was complaining how Macho Man Randy Savage was on there all the time because the NBC director loved him or whatever else. Hogan, they said, we're making about $300,000 for every Saturday night's main event.
Wow!
But here's the deal, dude. What was the most televised wrestling event in the history of wrestling?
Hogan Andre.
That's right.
Right.
So again, when I talk about overpaid, Jon Moxley, I'm sorry. I know they pay these guys, and for all these people that complain that they don't take care of the wrestlers, Jon Moxley to me isn't worth friggin' $50,000. I mean, I'm being honest here.
Much different.
What's so great about Jon Moxley?
Not much to me, other than nothing.
Thank you.
I think they've made a big deal out of it because
You know who's
all of
worth
a
the
sudden
money?
he's
Brock
not working
Lesnar.
for Vince.
Lesnar's worth the money.
And don't get me wrong, I like Ambrose somewhat. I just feel that this is way overblown. I agree with you.
Don't you get angry that these guys
You know
are being
what I get
paid this
angry
much?
at? And you saw Pharaoh's rant this week
Yeah, I
on
did.
MonteandthePharaoh.com, by the way.
Thank you.
You saw what I wrote. I understand that Vince can totally be a dick. But apparently, he's had a few dicks work for him because every time he makes a nobody a millionaire, they go out and thank him by bad-mouthing his ass.
So there you
So
go.
I'm really not sure where it really goes there.
So here's my question to you.
He took you out, and I told you,
Yeah.
Ambrose comes from CZW. You ever
Yeah.
watch that? It's
Yes.
in Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? And they pay these guys $50 to die.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
every night. And it doesn't mean it's a bad organization. It's a violent, low-paying, barely budgeted organization. Moxley wasn't going to do anything financially, ever become anyone, ever have anything. What does he do? Vince finds him. He becomes a member of the Shield. Let me go through this. Becomes a world heavyweight champion.
He held every title.
Wins every title. Meets his wife
Yep.
at the company.
Yep.
I mean, basically, his whole life from 2014 to now has changed. He gets a part on Total Divas.
And by the way,
I
if
think I've seen
everybody
him on
doesn't,
that show.
if everybody doesn't realize, I don't think me or the Pharaoh are big fans of John Moxley. Period.
It
Or
depends.
Dean Ambrose.
I liked him in the Shield, but I was never too thrilled with his
Here's
solo
my point.
career.
But this is why he doesn't make stars.
Never too thrilled.
Because these
It's
guys
okay.
do nothing but trash it after they make their money.
Right.
And you know what
How
point?
can you expect loyalty?
That's right. Why
At
would I
least
be
in
loyal?
this particular case, it's just like, oh my God, 5
I'd
years
be-
ago you were wrestling for nothing.
I'd be
I
hurt.
made you a millionaire and you kill me the day you leave.
I'd
wow,
be hurt.
What did I do to you? I don't know. You know, I guess it's just somewhere in the middle again. You know, there's got to be something in the middle there.
Here's a great comment from
you got?
Rumplik, Jeff,
Oh,
who
the
we love here,
Rumpa.
does all the artwork. What's
up, Jeff?
You say it's a little, too little, too late. Are you saying that if there were someone out there with Pharaoh's passion for the sport and the financial backing to start something, they can never create a new group that could ever possibly rival the WWE? So this is what I'm trying to tell you,
Pharaoh's
Jeff.
passion.
That is correct. Okay, I'm
So much for
being
passion.
100% honest with you on that one, and that is my point. Here's one thing I will say. If you want to make something of yourself in any kind of industry because you love it, right? Then you've got to put effort, right? For all you aspiring podcasters out there, you wrestling podcasters, get out of your bedrooms,
Oi.
get out of your basements,
Oi.
and go to a studio like this and do a show. Because guess what? Anyone could do their show out of a basement.
Mom says I can do it right here.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying in general because I like him
don't
very
know what
much.
you're talking about.
Well, what I'm saying is,
To be very honest,
you
I'm
know,
just going with it.
I like him very much. But the fact of the matter is, if you really believe you have the gumption to make it like as an announcer
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, you got to put more effort in, bros.
Bros.
Okay,
Yo, bros.
don't do it on your Facebook Live streaming. Right, got to go to a studio. Right, you know, you're not gonna have Scott Hall in your basement. You know, it's just not gonna happen.
What?
Scott's not gonna get tied up like Alexa did.
My God! Now I think I know what's going.
Go ahead.
What about if you have a pizza place?
What?
Yeah, if you have a pizza place, yeah, I don't think they want to make pizzas either, bro. I got to be honest. No, they don't. They told me to, and they'll be telling me a lot more on Saturday about it. So listen.
Stay tuned.
Well, we're gonna keep going. We got a sponsor we have to cover, and they specifically. Here's a difference. Sponsors want to sponsor a station, not, you know. So anyway, they specifically requested
I can't.
our star of the show, Jimmy Pharaoh,
Right,
to
this is
read
you.
their ad. So that's pretty cool in itself. And Jeff, I want you to understand, and Sean and
Right.
Evan, you all got great points, but here's my point.
Yeah.
Here's my point.
Uh-oh.
It's too little, too late. I'm going to keep saying that, right?
You're
It's
like
too
Darth Vader
little,
to the Indies.
too late.
You are.
You know, it's not going to happen. Look, get your little piece of the pie. No problem with that, right? Get your little piece.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna be a millionaire. Ain't happening.
Marco Stunt says, "Fuck you, Mike."
Who?
Marco Stunt, another guy you'd love.
Who's that?
He's like 13 pounds. He's like 16 years old.
Oh, I thought
You should
someone
see
actually
him.
messaged.
I actually like him, but that's a whole nother story. I think he's good.
And by the way, good news: Baron Corbin will be main eventing the Saudi Arabia card. For us Baron Corbin fans, this is awesome.
What? What about our letter writing campaign?
What's that?
They brought our hero back.
Who?
We even went past the fucking Connecticut
Tom
headquarters
Ziggler.
with the megaphone. Bring back Tom
Bring him
Ziggler!
back!
Thank God. Oh, my God. Thank God. That was awesome.
All right. We almost ready to that, big guy? All right,
What are we getting ready for?
We got to read the
I'm not
sponsors
ready
ad.
for anything.
Hold on, we're just going to put it up on the thing, though, okay? Jeff's making fun of my hat, by the way.
Is he?
He's hurt.
What is he, like Abdullah the Butcher? It's a fedora.
You ready to roll?
It's a fedora.
All right, sir. It's Fedora. You're on, bro.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are inviting you at the following event. The League for Animal Protection invites you to their Party for Paws fundraising event this Sunday, June 2nd, from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Lark Pub and Grub in East Northport. There will be live music by Aquacherry.
By the way, real quick.
Yeah.
Aquacherry, I saw them at Revolution the other night.
Was that what you Facebook Live? Okay.
They were, first of all, I suck at Facebook Live, obviously, because I had it on my face first. I'm
Yeah, that was
why
great.
can't I see anything?
Wow, this band is weird looking.
Man, that band is fat. But, I mean, boy, what a band. Unbelievable. Folks, I'm telling you, go to this event. Pharaoh's going to keep reading, but Aquacherry rocks.
I am. Yeah, well, Aquacherry is a reggae rock pop band who has shared the stage with the Scofflaws, which I've shared the stage with the Scofflaws too.
Really? Have you?
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
we used to play with them constantly back in the 90s.
They're good friends of yours, too?
They rock. Junior Marvin and the Wailers, Everlast and the Spin Doctors.
Jim, shut up during this commercial, right?
What?
Pharaoh's reading.
He's so chatty. Just to name a few. They have 4 studio albums, a new release titled Sum of Love, and are scheduled for the Great South Bay Music Festival.
Nice.
Their music provides sweet, uplifting reggae grooves infused with a rebellious rock edge, so their sound will surely get you moving. In addition, there will be delicious food and beverage
And
specials.
you're not gonna miss that.
Is it free?
Of course.
Oh, I'm there. All right, food and beverage, free food and beverage specials. The Lark has so many great...
Well, maybe it's not free. I don't know.
It's probably not. What are you doing? I thought you meant free for the Pharaoh. Was it
Free for the Pharaoh. Yes,
all right.
absolutely.
Well, thanks, Mike, because we know you're paying for that.
Thank you.
Anyway, all right, there will be delicious food, not free, and beverage specials.
Very
They're
good.
specials. They're not free.
Gotcha.
They are food and beverage specials. Okay. Now that we've established that, once again, at the Lark, they have so many great craft beers on tap and many raffle baskets to be won. Many raffle baskets.
Dude, you got to win a raffle basket.
What the hell? I never win anything.
Listen, Evan, by the way, there's a blues basket got for raffle, so you should come down.
Yeah, but is there a soul basket? He wants
Just
a soul basket.
He wants a soul basket?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Anyway.
There's also a personality basket for Jeff. Jeff, if you come down, you can get yourself personality.
What, the mustache doesn't give him personality? This is terrible. Again, this Sunday, June 2nd from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Lark Pub and Grub in East Northport. It's a $10 cover at the door, which is requested, please. All proceeds from the event going directly to the animals in the League's care.
100%, Pharaoh. 100% going to that organization.
Be sure to bring your family and friends. Don't miss it.
That's a...
Well,
Pharaoh, that's why they requested you.
Party for Paws, baby.
Party for Paws. So your Sunday could be wonderful. So Sunday at 10 a.m., Monte the Pharaoh have a special edition with the return of Billy Jack Haynes. And you remember when Billy Jack was here?
You sure do, mate.
That was one hell of a card. Oh, well, event. There you
it
go.
felt like a card.
Right after that, we got another special show where we'll be having none other than WCW icon Disco Inferno in the house. And if that wasn't enough for you, right after that is the Evan Ginsberg show seen here only on Village Connection Radio. This show is...
the most eclectic show on the air.
There you go. And he's got some special guests. He's got Jim Phillips, who actually writes for our webpage. Jim Phillips will be in studio. Yeah, I'll do.
Jimbo!
Jim will be in,
Another
and
Jimbo.
I think he's got a whole bunch of other guests, you know what I mean? So we got a lot of stuff going on, but that was one hell of a commercial.
Thank you, I tried.
All right, so we got about 5 minutes.
Hopefully
Anything else
Donna
you want?
liked it.
Anything else you want to cover?
What, anything else I want to cover? We got 3 pages.
So
of
again,
shit.
people,
Anything else I
aspiring
wanna cover?
podcasters, you can't get sponsors out of your basement and in your bedroom.
Oh,
You got to be the
said it
station
again.
because they want real television personalities like Jimmy Pharaoh to read their advertisements.
I mean, unless they come to your basement and your mom makes chili,
Right?
then they might come.
Could you imagine that? Let's sell ads.
What?
While I sell my mom's chili.
It's like the dude. It's like the dude on the Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
You know,
Mom!
lives in his mom's basement.
Meatloaf. Meatloaf. Where's the meatloaf?
Where's my 2 viewers?
All right, Jimmy. 5 minutes. What else we got to cover, bro? I think we really went.
I like the fact that Brock's got the briefcase, and I don't care if I'm in the minority.
Are you digging the whole
like it.
breakdancing, Brock?
I think it's hilarious.
Me too, man.
It's funny. Well, we can't. You know what's funny? You can't be funny anymore. People go nuts. This is so stupid. I'm like, what?
No, but
I think it's funny.
I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it.
What? Go ahead.
No. I'm going to insult somebody if
Too
I
out
do.
of left field. Okay.
No, it's just
Too out
like
of right
it's a
field.
really good point, but I've got to tone it down.
Oh, all right. You relax yourself.
How about Firefly? Did you like Firefly this week?
Yeah.
I look forward to that every week.
The Fiend.
You
What's
enjoy
the
that,
story
right?
with the Fiend, and why does Sister Abigail want out of limbo? What's the story with that?
What
That was a clue.
What are the chances Sasha Banks is Sister Abigail?
Oh, please. What? What are the chances Sasha Banks doesn't wrestle until her contract is up and goes to that place you were just making fun of? You know, that's what I think's going to happen.
You know how much Sasha Banks makes a year?
A lot of money.
Take a guess.
I don't know.
$250,000.
That's not a lot of money.
Wait a minute, that's before endorsements.
Considering WWE?
Dude, that's
not a lot
just
of
their
money.
regular
For
contracted
WWE,
rate.
I think, I'm surprised.
How much do you think
I
they
you were gonna
make
tell
in
me
marketing?
$725.
The percentage of T-shirts they get, everything
What
else
do
that
they get from those T-shirts?
You know what? I don't know what the
See
exact
that
amount is.
we got to talk to our friends over there. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
we
do
do.
have a couple.
We do. We do.
Let's talk to them and find out what exactly they get out of them T-shirts, because it can't be too much. At least I'm not thinking that.
Jeff writes the banners. We didn't put the banners up for the shows. Don't worry, Jeff. They'll be behind the wrestlers on
Tell
Saturday.
Jeff that he already messaged me about the banners, and I already told him that I
here we
wasn't
go.
putting them up. So why would he write that
Here we go.
on the fucking show?
Here we go.
Jim, we got angry Jim today.
Wow.
He's a little fired up, dude. A little fired up.
Jeff, man, don't come down here.
We love Jeff.
Another comment on one of my shows.
We love Jeff.
my
Come on,
God.
dude.
I'll ban him from the page.
No way! No way! What else you got? What else you got
I
there,
don't know
Pharaoh
what I
man?
got after that.
Shane McMahon appreciation night ceremony gets crashed by R-Truth and Drake Maverick. Shane gets pissed off, and McIntyre and Elias destroy Truth. Elias wins the 24/7 belt. Well, they finally took care of Elias, right?
No, because then Truth won it at the end of the show and took it back from
Oh,
him.
I didn't see that. I must have fell asleep. Why did you put that in the
30
script?
second title run.
Oh, you
and
did.
I did.
You did write that.
That's
Oh.
right. That's what happens when you pick a random paragraph. What about Baron Corbin, though? Let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
this. You think that they'll put the strap on him and really annoy the crap out of
No.
everybody?
No way.
What if they did?
Terrible move.
Oh, I know. But what if they did?
Why did they keep pushing that guy?
Baron Corbin, because Vince loves him. This is Vince. I'm telling you. It's all Vince. Vince decides exactly what happens. How do you feel about AJ Styles being injured?
You
Come
know.
on, man. He's missed.
Dude, let me tell you something. Raw was okay.
How about
SmackDown
the electric
was
chair,
okay.
The electric chair segment. The electric chair segment where they were asking
I didn't get it.
live viewers.
I didn't get it.
That
Fake live questions.
yeah, like you know.
I mean, that's
all
like
right,
that's
I'm
like
just curious.
That's
if
like
you-
fake
how you
30,000 views.
felt. Oh my god! How do you fake 30,000 views?
That I don't know.
Oh well, apparently it's been done.
That's what I heard.
Wow, weird world.
People
How
try to get sponsors and compete, I guess.
How about yeah? Keep trying. How about
I got an idea. Let's put on a pickle.
a what?
We'll put a pickle on our show.
Pickle on. This pickle will get 40,000 views.
Can we put sunglasses on a pickle and have them sing?
How about we put a pickle next to a wallet and see what the kind of magic it does? What do you think? You think that pickle will garner some views with that wallet?
All right, Jimmy. What are you
what?
excited for more?
What?
San Martino or Scott Hall?
Oh, that's not
or
fair.
Billy Jack?
What are you doing that
or
for?
Disco Inferno?
That's not fair. Come on, you already know the
or
answer.
Jim Phillips.
Yeah, that's really uncool and not fair. Jim's like an actual person I know. I can't put him in with the people I don't know at all.
Well, you know Billy Jack.
I know Scott Hall. Remember that time we held up the line?
You call Marty Jannetty all the time.
Yeah, but what he calls me is another story. Yeah, you fucking call me again, motherfucker. Yeah,
That's pretty funny, dude.
Pharaoh.
Fuck face.
Yeah, you're the Pharaoh. Ay, ay, ay.
So who's you looking forward for?
Well, obviously Scott. Scott's. I thought about this too. Hogan, Hall, and Jericho are probably my 3 favorites ever.
That's great.
And Hall is right there after Hogan. So yeah, this is a big deal.
Is there a chance the 3 of us become NWO Saturday?
I think Jim's NWO anyway. Quite honestly.
Are you ready to be NWO, Jim?
NWO,
Looks
bro.
like Kevin Nash, bro.
You do. You
I'm
talk
telling
like
you,
Kevin.
man. He does.
Dude, is there a chance that Scott takes us and says you guys are NWO?
I hope so.
I'm thinking it might
I'm
happen.
feeling mighty marky about it. You know?
I'm thinking there's a possibility it's going to happen.
That'd be pretty cool.
He's going to go, yo, Pharaoh, Jim.
I think he's one of the greatest, man.
You guys are now officially NWO.
You know, psyched
bad
about Billy
imitation.
Jack coming back again. You know, he brought us some real eyes.
Yeah, Billy
He was
Jack.
here. He brought us some real views, man.
Dude, you weren't here for Billy
Damn.
Jack. Stephen Miller,
was great.
the station manager, was running the board that
Right.
day.
Yep.
Billy Jack on YouTube. We've only been on YouTube about a month, 2.5 months.
Right.
Billy Jack brought us so many
Yeah,
views.
it's done well.
He's like somewhere in like all his videos is up to like what I told you 83,000 views, something like that.
It's crazy.
So Billy's the man.
He's a lightning rod.
I told
You know,
Pharaoh a
it's-
couple of things: put Billy Jack on, or mention Sonny, and you get tons. And you get
all
tons
of
of
a
views.
sudden, a million people want to. New Jack does.
All right, dude. 1 minute to go. Jim, you got anything to say before we check out?
Yeah, apparently I'm not very funny.
You're not funny.
I think you're funny.
What'd he do? I think he's hilarious. Look at this. You guys with your mechanics.
No, I'm reading. Sean Walsh puts more plants in the audience than the front of a supermarket on a spring day. Pharaoh, what, you got anything you want to mention coming up?
No, I'm good.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show. I really did enjoy the AEW. I got to get it off my chest. At least, thank you for that.
Yeah.
It was really bothering me for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, you know.
I was a little pissed off. I would
No
say
one's king of anything yet.
we started the show. I'd like to end it. I my prayers go out to Ashley's family.
Oy.
When something like this happens, there's no words, and I never knew Ashley personally. I was a fan of her work, and it was sad. It was very sad for me too.
Yeah.
Every time someone, whether you know them or not, and you watch them or on TV and whatever, it's just sad when you hear that stuff
I hate
happen.
to grow numb to it, but we've seen it so many times, whether it's musicians that we liked, growing up, or it's, wrestlers, or unfortunately, I love rock music and I love pro wrestling, and the mortality rate stinks in both.
Well, the one thing I did learn is that Jim Morrison died of natural causes. So that was good.
That's what you learned? All I said was that there was never an autopsy, and you have him dying of natural causes. That's right. He died of milk in the fucking bathtub, right? I don't know what he died of. They never opened him up. That's all I said.
Jim?
And you got him, like, basically, got a heroin needle in his ear.
No, I
He's
didn't
got
say
cocaine
that.
pouring out of his nose. This is the end. What the fuck?
That I believe. Now that's probably exactly.
In his ass.
Monte awoke before
what?
dawn. He put his hat on.
Wait, can you do it?
What?
This is the end. Do it again, dude. What is that?
He's dying.
This is the end. Yeah.
This is the end.
With that, thank you for joining Long Island's #1 pro wrestling
Morning,
broadcast. We'll
morning.
see you
Jim
on
Morrison
Saturday
is
at
dying.
3:30.
Morning.
Son of Bruno Sammartino,
Bruno.
David Sammartino. Going to be a great interview. He's not usually around.
Great.
Couldn't turn that one down. And then right after that is none other than Scott Hall. And then after that, no one's going to be able to talk to me, Savali, or the Pharaoh because we will be officially NWO for life.